as it turns out, vampires actually do exist. And I'm not talking about blood-sucking vampires. I'm talking about the type of vampires that suck away your life force.
I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube, ScrewTube YouTube, about people saying they have no friends. I seen this one video, this girl, she's probably 20 years old. She's at college in, not Valdosta, Alabama. Just over the line. Damn, I forgot the name of the university right over here. The line, right here in Alabama, right over the line. Just it's about an hour and a half south of here. Oh, I can't believe I forgot it. But you know the university. The name escapes me right now for some weird reason. But she named the town that she was in. She said she was in college. She was in a dorm, and she's made a video. It's kind of depressing because I felt sorry for her. I really did. She had no friends, and she's looking out a window, and she's talking about how she sees people, you know, with their buddies walking down the sidewalk, you know, on a campus, stuff like that. They're going to parties, they're going out, and blah, blah, blah. It's a weekend, and here she is in a dorm. But she's not the only one. I just watched a video of a woman who's 60 years old. Says, where are all the friends? How come people are not friendly anymore? They're not reliable. They're not really there for you. You might have acquaintances. Maybe someone is acting like a friend, but in the end, they're not there. They're not going to be there. And it's just like these people on Facebook. You know, they friend, they unfriend. Well, it's the same thing in real life. People are just not friendly. You know what I mean? The minute times get hard for you or whatever, they're just not going to be there. I've seen it. I've seen it. Literally, I've experienced it. I remember one time, someone said to me, because I got injured at church, and you know, my thigh muscle ripped off because I fell on a wet floor with no sign, and it ripped my thigh muscle off. And this was around the same time other bad things were happening, not good. All right, I'm just gonna leave it at that. And he was like, he acted like there was a dark cloud over me. He's like backed away, as you know. I was just catching him up on what was going on and stuff like that in my life, and the injury and stuff like that. And my dad was sick and other things. And he just backed up, like he said something to the effect like there was a dark cloud following. There's not. People go through hard times. If you've never been through a hard time, you're not living. You're not alive. There's no way you can tell me that everything falls in your damn lap. And your life is just so successful. You know, every day's a picnic. Every day's just wonderful. No. That ain't how this world works, you know. So this guy's going to talk. It's called "It's Not You. Real Friends No Longer Exist, and People Aren't Worth It." The name of the channel is Jacob Whelan, and he's got, I can't see my eyes. I can't see. I got to put my reading glasses on. He's got like 145,000 subscribers, or maybe 14,000. I can't see it. I never heard of him, but there's a lot of these videos. I just watched the one about a woman, 60 years old, saying, you know, she goes to these things like she goes to these functions where there's activities. She didn't say bingo, but I'll just use that as an example. Or no, it was pickleball. And it's like people are acting friendly there, but they're not your friends. It never happens. In normal times, people would say, hey man, what's your number? Let's be friends. Let's hang out. You know, you're playing pickleball with them or something like that, or they're acting friendly with you like they're your buddy or something while you're at the pickleball event. How come that doesn't spill over into developing into real friends these days? I'm not saying people don't have friends or they think they have friends. It's just that friends are harder to make. Friends are harder to keep. It takes a lot more effort, it seems like, these days to just keep a friend, and they fall off the radar. It reminds me of that John Montgomery song, "You Say You Want to Be Friends." Well, that's a newly sharpened blade. That's a dagger through the heart. All right, friends. What is it? John Michael Montgomery, he sings the song like, friends get scattered by the wind, get lost for years on end, maybe call you now and then. Friends, they slowly drift apart, you know, but you say you want to be friends. Friends, they drift apart. Friends, they leave you. Friends, they get scattered by the wind. You ever hear the phrase fair weather friends? There's a ton of them out there. You know, it's just like you're at the gym or something. People, everyone acting friendly and acquainted with each other and joking around, stuff like that, but it never spills over. And in the first good chunk of my life, It's easy. It was easy to make friends. You hit it off with someone. They say, "Hey, what's your number? Let's hang out," or whatever. You know what I mean? Or, "Hey, can I follow you on Facebook?" And then slowly but surely they'll get to want to hang out with you and stuff like that. It doesn't happen. And if it's happening for you, big thumbs up. But the people you think who are your friends, they're there for the good times. Let's see them be there for the bad times. I doubt it. And you see a bunch of these. It's mostly women and girls. These newfangled, new age, modern girls. They're always posting selfies, like constantly. It's sickening. I've said this for years. It's knock it off, man. It's like all they are is glory hounds. They're attention seekers. It's like nobody's real anymore. It's not normal to post a selfie every damn day or twice a day or 3 times a day. You don't know what you look like? I mean, who cares if you're sipping on a damn coffee? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. You should see it. This is how people are. They're narcissists. Most people out there right now are narcissists. The older generation, not so much. Like in my age and on up, and especially my parents, my mom's age, her generation, they're not narcissists. Although there are some. I hear reports of that. But I mean, overall, I think they're. Then again, I can't say that. I can't say that whatsoever. I mean, a place that we go to quite a bit, there's cliques. They're in their 70s and their 60s. They're cliquish. You could be there for years and they act like they don't know you. And these are older folks, so I take that back. There are a lot of narcissists out there, even in the 60s and 70s, in cliques. They'll talk crap about you and, yeah. So basically what it boils down to is this world sucks. All right. And it seems like it's gotten a lot worse since the advent of the internet and all his stupid selfies, his second Timothy tree generation of me. Look at me. Look at me. I got to post a selfie of standing over here. Look at me. I'm wearing booty shorts. I'm showing my ass cheeks through my booty shorts and I'm showing my front right here, leaving nothing to the imagination. Look at me. I'm bending over for you. I mean, it's immature. It's sickening. It's disgusting. And, it's like, I don't even belong in this generation. It's like I should have been born in the fucking, I don't know, 40s maybe the 20s, somewhere. Because take me back to the 80s before all this nonsense when people acted more normal. People knew how to pick up a phone and people knew how to carry on a conversation. People, you can't even talk to anybody anymore. They can barely eke out a sentence. I see it all the time. Not everybody. There are people I could talk to like around my age, like guys at the gym and stuff. There's a lot. There's quite a bit of old school people I gravitate towards too. But this younger generation in particular, like someone that's 20 years old in their 20s, you try to say hi to them and they look at you like you just ruined their day. It's like I'm just saying, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm at the gym. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? They don't know how to communicate, people anymore, And then you got these fake friends on Facebook, these fake followers. They follow you, then they unfollow you, they keep unfollowing you. They become friends with you or put digital friends on Facebook. And then they unfriend because, for whatever stupid reason they come up with in their own sick little minds. And it's like it's like they're not, nobody's loyal anymore. Nobody's really a friend. Okay, let's be honest. Your Facebook friends are not friends. They're not friends. They'll delete you in a New York minute. Do you know how many so-called Facebook friends that I've lost over the years? Hundreds upon, probably over 1,000. Probably that much. I don't get it. You're a friend with someone and then you're not going to be a friend with someone? That shows you that real friends don't exist. When you delete yourself from it, you're not a friend. You never were to begin with then. And it's disgusting where we're at. All these damn selfies, these narcissists, people don't know how to be. You hear stories about people saying, I don't even know my neighbor. We don't know our neighbors. Been here for years. That's not normal. But this is the generation, this is the times that we're in. Everyone keeping to themselves. It used to be that people used to know their neighbors, right? It used to be there was time on this very street that we knew just about everybody. They used to have block parties. Used to have a homeowner association. Now you got idiots that are moving in, parking on the lawns. Everyone's keeping themselves. You got one jerk down the road with a junk pile of property with cars and humpties that he's fixing. And nothing's what it used to be. People just ain't what they used to be. They don't know how to relate anymore. They don't know how to be. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what I see out there. Let's take a look. Yeah, if you're taking selfies all the time yourself, to me it means to me that you got some issues. I don't know what issues they are. It's mostly girls that do this. You're gonna get offended because you're a girl and I'm saying this. It's facts.com, truth.edu. Guys don't take selfies all the time. There's a bunch of guys I got on here as friends. They're not taking selfies. I don't see it. There's this one woman that's in her 40s, never been married, always in that relationship. She deleted herself, but good looking, I'll have to say it, but always in relationships. She was in a relationship with someone that was barely 20 years old once, but I'm just saying, always taking selfies. Why? Are you that hard up for attention? Do you lack any kind of confidence in yourself that you need to go get it from these beta males constantly seeking affirmation? Oh, you so sexy, and they instant message you, hey, how you doing? That's what gets you going. That's what you need every day. I don't need that. I don't get nobody liking my shit. Maybe one person or two people like my video out of over 1,000 on here. You know, I still plug along. I still do what I gotta do's because I ain't here to friggin' damn get likes and all that. If I do, that's great. Big thumbs up. But I'm not gonna stop just because no one's paying attention or people don't like my content. I'm not. I don't work like that. I don't need someone to stroke my ego every damn day like these women are, these girls are these days, constantly taking selfies, man. Can you lay off? I want you to go on a selfie fast. You know, maybe get some maturity in there. Maybe go on a selfie fast for a week and work on your maturity. How old are you? Why is it these girls in their 30s and their 20s or in their 40s, these women? You're a woman. You're supposed to be fucking damn married by the time you're in your 20s somewhere. You're supposed to be raising kids. You shouldn't. And if you are married and you keep doing this crap, selfies and showing your body off, it's disgusting. If I was your husband, I'd give you an ultimatum. You quit this shit or I'm giving you the boot. Because to me, that means that doesn't look good for you at all. I'm going to leave it at that. But let's take a look.
These are the people that would love nothing more than to drain you of the very things that make you you and to bring you down to their level. And what it really boils down to is that people these days simply aren't worth our time. People in our modern world, with the exclusion of people in this tribe, because y'all are awesome, and that's where like-minded people come in. That's why surrounding yourself with like-minded people is so powerful. But outside of that, most people in the modern world just simply
suck.
They suck. And
Did you hear what he said? He said most people are not worth your time. Most people in this modern world suck. It never used to be like this, man. There was a time when you actually knew your neighbors, especially a next door neighbor. There used to be a world like that. There used to be a world where people would actually not have to go on dating apps, and they would, if a guy liked a girl, he'd let her know. If a girl liked a guy, she'd let him know in real time somehow. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to go on a damn dating app and go run through a bunch of stupid ass profiles and set yours up and pimp yours out and make yourself look like something that you're really not. And they're making themselves look like that what they're not, looking like something that they're really not. And then when you go to meet them, you get surprised that they're Bremelos and they're Grazers and all that. Because it's phonies. A bunch of people are just nothing but phonies is what they are, especially on the internet. Big time phonies. They're always acting like the damn world's, like their life, they got it all together. They're always thrilled and always happy, always great to be alive. Look at me, I'm at the gym. Ain't I sexy? Isn't this awesome? Look at me, I'm sipping on a mocha from Starbucks. Look at me, I'm showing you my chest as I'm drinking a Kool-Aid or whatever. It's ridiculous where we're at. This is ridiculous. It's immature, first of all, and it makes you look like I say knock it the fuck off if you're doing that out there. It's like you got no dignity. Oh my God. People do suck. They do overall. Not every single person. Don't get me wrong. I never name names. But overall, people do suck. And this is why I don't bother. If something's going to turn into a friendship, it will. If it's not, my life's busy. My life is super fucking busy. I don't really need friends. All right? Where would I fit them into my life anyway? But I'm just saying. I don't bother because overall people do suck. They do.
I read something not too long ago that said most people don't even have an internal dialogue. I don't even understand what that means. How do you not have an internal dialogue? Because An internal dialogue is something that's going on in my head 24/7. It's how I make decisions. It's how I think about things before I say them. It's how my entire life basically works, is that I mull things over in my head. I have an internal dialogue with myself, and then I will speak, or I will take action, or I will do something. But the fact that there are people out there that don't even have an internal dialogue, quite frankly, is terrifying.
All right, these creators, these newfangled creators, I wish they would stop doing this recent phenomenon of pausing every 10 seconds. It makes you look like you can't complete a thought, like you can't talk for a minute or two without having to pause. Like you got to stop every 10 seconds to think about what's the next sentence you're about to say. It's very distracting. It's very annoying. It pisses me off when they look at this, when they pause every 10 seconds.
And when you hear the term NPC, non-player character, I think that's describing people without an internal dialogue. They're being ran by some sort of aspect of the simulation that we can't see. There's somebody behind the curtain pulling the strings, because they're not doing it themselves if they don't have an internal dialogue.
A lot of NPCs out there.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't even know how you would operate, but apparently there are people out there like that. And these are the people that...
With bugs, the struggle
we got a
is
commercial,
real.
of course.
That's why you need
Ridiculous.
Zevo traps. Zevo attracts and traps bugs 24/7.
Yeah, but he's talking about NPCs. He says they don't even think for themselves. They don't even have internal dialogue. They don't mull things over. They're just drifting through life as if someone's controlling them. They're just part of the non-playing character in the game. They're part of the simulation. They're not autonomous beings. That's what he's...
are very negative. They just, they enter our lives. They expect everything out of us, but they expect to get nothing in return. And essentially, like I mentioned before, they just suck away our life force. And these people are simply not worth our time. And this is one of the big reasons why I think getting to know yourself and being comfortable alone is very important, because if you're only relying on people around you, and the fact that most people in our modern world kind of suck and they're not worth spending our time on, then you're going to be drained 24/7, because you're going to be trying to appease these people that can never be appeased. You're going to be wasting all your energy on something that doesn't deserve your time, when it could be going to something more important that actually does. So instead of getting stuck on trying to appease and please other people, we should get stuck on trying to appease and please ourselves. Because imagine if we...
He's got a good message, and these content creators do have good messages. Even Riverside Homestead, he's got a good message. A lot of these channels, these content creators, they got good messages. They got what's annoying is all get out is they ruin it for me anyway. If you're pausing every 2 seconds, it pisses me off. I don't know if it's something to do with programming or frequencies, something like that. It pisses me off. It makes me want to. It pisses me off when every 2 seconds you got to friggin' pause it, or maybe some stupid app that they got. There was an article that came out a couple of years ago that said that was a new way of making videos. Supposedly, it's supposed to make your videos more popular and attract more viewers. I don't see it. Maybe I'm the odd man out. Maybe I'm the outcast in here that finds it highly annoying. It makes you look like you can't complete a paragraph. You can't just make a 10-minute video and just feed off of whatever you like a news article and read off and give commentary or your insight or react to a video like I'm doing without having to pause. Could you imagine if you were one of these people and they tried to go live and you couldn't pause if you're going live? What would they do? Just sit there for like 2 minutes trying to figure out the next sentence they're going to say, and then they'll say it, and then they'll sit there quietly for the next minute or so, and then they'll say another sentence. I mean, it's retarded, but this is the world we're in. Good message, just a retarded way of presenting it. Stop pausing.
Even a fraction of the energy that we put into trying to please other people, and we put that into ourselves, imagine what we could achieve. Imagine the goals that we could set for ourselves and actually accomplish. The world is getting weirder and weirder, and the people are no different. I mean,
the world is getting weirder and weirder, and people are getting very much strange, very strange.
And you can walk down the street and you can say hi to people, and they just simply flat out ignore you. It's like people have forgotten how to communicate. I can't tell you how many times where I was at my job and
yeah, you can walk down the street, just wave at someone, and they just walk right by you like you weren't there, and it makes you think like, am I in a Twilight Zone? This is not how the world's supposed to work. Because it didn't work like that when I was growing up and well into my adulthood. All of a sudden, people just don't know how to be. When someone says hello to you, you should at least have the common courtesy and respect to say hello to them back. All right? It's disrespectful as all get out. You're a piece of crap if you just ignore someone because they said hi to you. All right, and you're rude. People piss me off, man. They really do.
Be walking past somebody, and just out of politeness, because that's how I was raised, I'd be like, "Hey, how's it going?" or "Hello, sir," and the people would just walk by, staring straight ahead, without even acknowledging you, and just completely ignore you, like they never even heard a word you said.
Yeah.
And I don't know how y'all were raised, but
Pausing.
the way my parents raised me is if somebody said hello to you and they were just trying to be nice and polite, the least you can do, just out of politeness, is to say hello back and to acknowledge them. But people just walk by and ghost you. That's essentially what it comes down to. They're just ghosting you. And I think social media really plays into this, because social media has made it super easy to just ghost some people and to not respond. You know, people can DM you, or they can text you, or they can send you a message, and all you have to do is not respond. It makes it super easy.
Do you know how many times my mother has to deal with this? And she's like contacting people that do work, like plumbers or a handyman, electrician. She'll send them a text message, "Hey, you know, can you come over Tuesday because I need you to repair this?" Or, you know how many people? It's a lot of people. They don't respond. You got the damn text message. Don't act like you didn't get the damn text message. Don't act like you didn't get the message on Fascist Book, all right? But that's what they do. They'll sit on it. They'll ghost you. They won't say anything. And then you repeat yourself in another text. "Hey, did you get my other text I just sent you? It's been like it's been a day or so. I haven't heard from you. Alive? Did you get my text message?" Nothing. So then you got to send him another one, right? Or I remember one time my mother called up a RV place up in Cleveland, and she was she left a voicemail like several times, and nobody from the place called her back. Like days would go by, whatever. So she would call the place again. This guy picks up the phone and curses, "Stop effing calling here." Well, if you would return the phone call, biatch, she had something that needed work to be done. If you returned the phone call to begin with, instead of ghosting and not answering, returning phone calls, maybe she wouldn't have to call you for the umpteenth time to try to get a response out of you, idiots. That's what I mean. People don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to respond. Now, there are exceptions to this. Like, for instance, I get on Facebook, I can't answer. I can't answer messages. I don't have the time to do that. People keep sending me videos, links, and all this, and I don't have the time to watch it. Maybe you got the time. I'm not sitting around on Facebook. I ain't got that kind of time. And then when it becomes this kind of time right now, and it's getting late, I got channels I got to do work on and research to do the latest. I do videos on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, YouTube, Instagram, and I upload it to here. Takes a lot of time. A lot. Plus, I live my life. I don't have time. Now, there was a time years and years ago where I had a lot more time to sit there in Fascist Book and answer instant messages and argue with people online. But I don't have time, that kind of time, nor do I want it. Now, people keep sending me links. Here's the deal. I don't get it. I know you mean well out there. I know you mean well. But if you see that someone's not responding, I'm not purposely ghosting you. I don't have that kind of time, and I've said this before. The normal response then would be for you to stop sending that person links. Obviously, he's not seeing them. I'm not watching them. I'm not responding. Why do you keep sending links? Doesn't make sense. It's not normal. People just, I don't get it. I don't get people, man. I've sent, I got someone here that I know that I've been watching for years on YouTube, been following him, the doc. He can't respond. He's very busy. I sent him a couple of messages once, a couple years ago, whatever. Didn't respond. Figured he's busy, because he is. He's making videos. He's on YouTube. He's got a lot going on. That's normal. I get it. All right? But I stopped sending him messages because I realized he doesn't have the time to read them and respond. Busy guy, right? Same thing with me. So if you're sending me stuff and you see I haven't responded and you keep doing it day in, day out, and they're just sitting there, why do you keep continuing doing that? I don't have time to see them. I'm sure a lot of these links are good. I just don't have that kind of time. When I say I'm fucking busy, I am real busy. Exceedingly busy. Sometimes too busy. And now that I got two places I got to take care of, 'tis the season. Busy to the nth degree. And what little downtime I got, I don't want to sit and read and watch videos and shit like that. I want to watch the stuff that I want to watch on YouTube, decompress, my favorite videos, channels. and I'll be doing research, or I'll be watching the Braves drop another game. You know, stuff like that. So tighten it up out there, people. Start acting normal, man. It's ridiculous where we're at. People delete themselves. I'll make this video. It'll go from 1,306 so-called friends to 1,305 just because I made this video. This is how sick this world is.
And that's one of the most disrespectful things that you can possibly do to somebody. And the problem with this is that when you go out of your way to do this, because social media has made it super easy to just ghost some people and to not respond. You know, people can DM you, or they can text you, or they can send you a message, and all you have to do is not respond. It makes it super easy to just be a prick. And that's one of the most disrespectful things that you can possibly do to somebody. And the problem with this is that when you go out of your way to try to communicate with these people, and all they do is ghost you, or all they do is, you know, put in minimal effort, or they expect something out of you without giving something back, is that it can really overcomplicate your life and add a bunch of unnecessary stress that you shouldn't have to be dealing with. And then you have to step back and ask yourself, is it worth it? And the answer to that question is no. Because if these people don't think that you're worth their time, why should they be worth yours? Why are you putting in that effort when all they do is blow you off? And this goes for everybody. I'm talking about people that you pass by on the street, that you say hello to, that barista that you buy your coffee from, friends, family members, co-workers. It doesn't matter who it is. If these people are disrespecting you by only taking and never giving back, or by not acknowledging you, or ghosting you, or making you put in all the effort, then they are not worth your time.
Yeah, and it's not just it's not just so-called friends that are like that are one-way streets. They just want to take. They never want to give. There's plenty of family members like that. I can't. I don't want to name names, but I'm just saying it ain't just friends that are one-way street types of people. They'll take, but they ain't giving. They ain't giving back. Again, like he said, people do suck. A lot of them these days. And a lot of this has to do with the brainwashing, the manipulation, of this internet and all that. I've never seen so many people tattooed in my life. That's just an example of how brainwashed people, monkey see, monkey do. I've never seen it like, it's everyone. Just a boot. It used to be that a sailor or someone that just got out of prison had a tattoo. That was it. And it was rare that you'd seen it. It was rare. But now look, everyone covered up in graffiti. And they don't know how to act. They don't know how to be. People just don't know how to be with it. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know what it means to be a friend. They don't know what it means to be a family member. I mean, there's cousins that I haven't seen in years. They don't, nothing out of them. Nothing. Like the strangers. My mother was talking about group text. And it was family members that were in there. And there's always this one family member that never responds. Never. I said, yeah, been doing that for years. Never responds. Never. Why the hell are you even bothering being in a group chat if you're never going to respond? Ever. It's weird, man. This world's weird. I don't mind being by myself. You know what? I keep busy. I stay busy. You know? But even if I did want a friend, you can't find them. Got acquaintances. I know people who are friendly. They're not friends though, are they? Are they? Are they going to be there in the end? Are they going to be there in your darkest hour when you really need them the most? Hell no. And if you have them, you probably could count that many on your hand. Facts. I ain't the only one saying this. People like this are saying it. A lot of people making videos about this, that the real friends don't exist anymore.
Overcomplicating your life.
People are fake. People are phony. People are just fair weathered. They'll delete themselves from your friendship, from your friends list. I guarantee you, this video right here will cause someone to delete themselves from the friends list. That proves that it's not you. Real friends no longer exist, and people aren't worth it.
Adding unnecessary stress to your life that you shouldn't have to be dealing with. And sometimes one of the things that leads to this is that you've simply ascended their level. And people can't stand that. In general, if you're surrounded by people who want you to be beneath them, or at least at their level and no higher, then they're going to do everything in their power that they can to bring you down to their level and to push you beneath them. It's about ego, power, and influence. And that's just how some people are. So if that's your situation, and when you're around those people and you bring up something positive about your life, maybe you made, progress towards a specific goal, or you got a raise or a promotion, or you did something to better yourself, and those people mock you, berate you, make fun of you, or just do something to bring you down, those people are not worth your time. Because if you continue to surround yourself with those people and let them have that influence over you, then you're never going to be any better than they are. And the fact that they're trying to bring you down when you're trying to elevate yourself...
Dunkin' Refreshers.
All right.
Strawberry dragon fruit.
I'm going to leave it right there.
And mango pineapple.
Just basically shows you that they're not doing anything to better themselves, and they're going to be stuck in the same position they are today 10 years from now. And if that's where you want to be, that's fine. If you want to live your entire life without ever progressing and doing things to better yourself, then go for it. It's your life. You can live it however you want. But if you want to take those steps to better yourself, then you're going to have to step away from those people that are trying to bring you down. And another major point here is that most people are completely self-obsessed. Now, one of the things I talk about a lot is focusing on yourself and bettering yourself, which is very, very important. But the main reason to do that, and the big point I want to get across when I talk about those things, is that you're not only bettering yourself for yourself, but you're bettering yourself so that you can show up better for other people. Because when you invest that time into yourself and you make yourself a better person, then that shines through into the world around you, and it makes the world a better place. And that's what it's all about. But the people that are completely self-absorbed and
why do you keep pausing?
They're egotistical and have no empathy or no compassion about anything else around them, those people simply don't care about you, and in all reality, they could probably care less whether you're alive or dead. And
that's most people.
When you're not
they can care less.
Those people have nothing good to say about you until they're at your funeral. And the sad reality is that when you surround yourself with those types of people and all these other types of people I'm talking about, you'll spend more time recovering from them than you will actually enjoying them. Because, like I mentioned before, they're draining your life force. They're adding unnecessary stress to your life. But when peace becomes your priority, you naturally start to gravitate away from those people. You focus more on yourself, and you stop negotiating and associating with people that aren't adding any value to your life. So sometimes one of the best things that we can do for ourselves, aside from ridding these people from our lives, is to build in silence. Instead of showcasing your ideas and all your progress that you're making to reach your goals, just focus in on the thing and do it. Don't advertise it. Don't tell people about it. Don't, brag about your accomplishments. Don't do any of those things. Just do the thing. Put it out there in the universe for yourself. Set goals and work towards them. But don't necessarily go out there and advertise it, because the more you advertise what you're doing and the progress you're making, the more people are going to come in and leech off your energy, and they're going to try to drag you down and bring you back down to their level. And this is one of the big reasons why tribe, community, and surrounding yourself with like-minded people is so important these days. If you're one of the few lucky people that have a tight-knit group of friends that you've known your entire life that support you and back you up, hold on to those friends as tightly as you possibly can. I'm very fortunate to have a group of friends just like that I love to death and I would do anything for, because I know they do the same for me. But when it comes to people outside of my tribe, there are very few people that I've met that are worth bringing into it. Because in the modern world, it seems like the more people you bring in, the more problems you're going to introduce to your life. Because the sad reality is that there's a lot of really bad people out there. There's a lot of people out there that want nothing but dominion over you. They want nothing but power over you. And they actually go out of their way to spread negative energy and to hurt people. And those are the types of people that spread division. They're essentially destroying our society, and you do not want those people in your life. And another sad reality that we have to face and come to terms with is that sometimes the people that will hurt you the most are often the ones that are nicest to you. The ones that smile at your face, but absolutely
twitching that knife in your back.
So be careful of the snakes in the grass, because those people, the ones that you think have your best interests in mind, the ones that go out of their way to lift you up and that you become very dependent on and reliant on, those are the ones that could absolutely crush you if things go sour. And you'll see this happen a lot in relationships, where one person becomes very reliant on the other person. They become codependent. They fall madly in love with that person, and then that person turns around and does something absolutely horrible that destroys the relationship, and the other person is absolutely devastated. So I'm not saying that you should never open your heart to people and let people in, but just be very mindful of the people that you do let in. And one important thing to keep in mind is that over the last couple of decades, we've kind of been led to believe that we need these massive friend groups in order to feel complete. And without them, we're not popular, and therefore we're inferior. But in all actuality, you don't need a massive group of friends in order to feel complete. As a matter of fact, you don't need any friends in order to feel complete, as long as you're complete and content with yourself by yourself. But with that said, most people are actually much happier with a tight-knit, small group of friends that you can actually rely on. That is much more important than this massive group of friends that social media has led you to believe that you need, because those friends probably don't care about you. And all those people surrounding you might look good in photos, and it might look good for highlight reels, but it's not going to look good for your life overall. And something that's very ironic is that when you stop spreading yourself so thin to please other people, people get used to that. They get used to you not doing very much. So on the off occasion that you actually do something, people tend to be much more appreciative of you. And you can really think about this as simple supply and demand. Because when you're constantly supplying these people with all of your energy, they get used to that. Therefore, what you're providing becomes much less valuable.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. It's ridiculous. It really is, this world. It is, but it's all been done by design to make people the way they are. The selfies means you're selfish. That's what it says to me. Constantly taking selfies means you're selfish. It's all about me. It's a sign, in my opinion, of immaturity, and that there's something really wrong. It's not normal. The government knows what you look like by now. You don't need to keep refreshing the memories by sending more selfies of yourself. It's ridiculous. What side was that?